unfortunately, we are the ones who have been given the chance to decide some of these things. You might think somebody was the best actor, but if the rest of us did not think the same, you cannot force your opinion on us. Yeah. So it is important. I have seen places where one film didn't win in one festival and one in another. Yeah. So let's not make this personal. Yeah. Let's not make it this year because without even telling us because why you didn't do your job. It is a bit of an insult on us, the judges, because it means either you think we lack integrity or we are not qualified. And if that is so, please tell UCC so that they do not hire us again to do this kind of thing. Yeah.
Richard, on the issue of language, the issue of authenticity, you stood up to talk to us and started in English. But you're so passionate and angry that you have to go into Uganda. That is what we need. You came out really yourself in Uganda. Even where I couldn't follow, I could feel the passion, the heat of it that is coming from the core of your stomach. You have helped me demonstrate a key point I've been trying to demonstrate. Yeah? No. Gave you a lot of time now, you're responding. Even for me, having been given good schooling and good English, there are times I'm like, this English, I'm running out of English, this is how I need to express myself. Okay, so thank you so much for demonstrating that.
I am not demonstrating.
In defense of my view, I take total insult with the comment that you people didn't even watch all the films. Surely? Must I come to you with all the spreadsheets of all the scores? I will not. I take that as an insult. I know how professional we are, and I do not expect that kind of response. Two, I ask myself, why would somebody say you didn't even watch all the films? What is the issue? Is it that you expected the nomination is a damn thing and it didn't happen? So that is what the issue is. They can't have watched my film. Maybe that's what the anger is coming from. So in defense of my jury and apologies to my jury who spent many hours watching everything, that was uncalled for. We know we did it. And please, if you feel that angry, please write a complaint to UCC. UCC already has a whole template and the scores and everything in the whole process. And they will audit that and they'll give you a response. So I would like you to complain at the right level and let them respond to you. But please do not accuse my jury for not watching all the films. Plus, you're also telling me I wasn't really in charge. I tell you I'm one woman. When I say yes to something, you better get out of my way because I am gonna do that. Okay? And I think there's somebody else in the audience who also want to respond to you. Somebody give the mic to Sam.
I would like to put this thing into perspective.
Not ever.
Not ever. He knows. I work with him. I would like to put this into perspective. Mr. Richard did call me when the nominations came up. And he asked me this question, and I'm going to ask it as again. He asked, I heard you are a judge. Why did my film win? So I told him, I've watched 89 films. How am I supposed to know which your film is? So anyway, I told him verbally, I am not a judge. If you want to hear about a judge, go to UCC. And UCC, they are going to reveal who their judges were. You call me. Just to put it into perspective.
Gentlemen, and especially my friend, Richard. Richard, for now, you somewhat overstepped a little bit. And I I addressed the issue of having faced challenges in production, we've met obstacles in production that are somewhat elevated where we understand and interpret film. Look, I'm schooling, right? I've lectured, they have. That doesn't necessarily also interpret us or translate us that we are again special. No, but you go to certain places where people have been asked to perform a service, which puts us in a position that we need to do regardless. And by that, kindly use the special element in that sense, like we've been asked to serve, right? But it does not mean that we're incompetent. Now, another thing, I think I'll give you a personal experience and the things I've had to learn over the years. I'm not a very young person, that you know, and neither are these characters here. Look, I had a film Bella that lost in the awards of, I don't know, 2018, 19, like a complete, I didn't get nothing from them besides the supporting actress, which went to Ella. The ladies had put together a team of people who scooped all the awards, and I sat down there. Now, those who were around me looked at them, glancing at me, wondering if it was going to piss me off. At the time, you were also in that same festival, and none of your element of the film also won anything because it was taken by, what was the film again? Veronica's Beach, precisely. So the thing is, I accepted what had been presented by the jury at the time. And when I walked over to them, I told them, thank you. It sort of opens me up to understand where my level is right now in time. And I'll tell you this, I was very complacent. I felt I was too good. That I will tell you frankly. I need you to learn from me. I thought I was too good. There is a colleague I sat with and said, Matt, you have become too complacent with this film. You think probably you're just too good. And ideally, when I sat back and looked at everything, it was indeed what they said was actually the truth. I had overjudged, like I underestimated the other players. Now, that is something that it's not just here, it is everywhere. Everybody thinks the film is good. And I'll be the first to tell you, Bella wasn't good, and I know it wasn't good, even when people might like the story. It wasn't that good. So, if you didn't get something here, I don't know if, because I'm not so sure what the title of the film, it's something you just have to go back and look at. And look at the other films which probably made it through. And ask yourself the questions that you yourself will know. No, yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to let you in on the reason. I mean, you use a very uncomfortable tone, right? It was a very uncomfortable tone, right? So we shall discuss further on that. Really, that's me to you. We shall discuss further on that, and then we shall really iron out a few things. Because you're not just yourself. I've met some people who have serious issues. Well, come to me and say this and that, and I'll explain simply. Because I'm sworn not to really say much until everything is over. But that is it for now. Please, 1 minute.
We don't have a lot of time left. We have about 5 minutes. Allow me to cut this short. If you have a comment, you can still have one-on-one with the jury.
Yes, we are still here. So once this ends, thank you so much.
Again, my name is Godfrey Sims. I now want to introduce myself as the facilitator of Uganda content and the chairman of the Oscars Committee, Uganda. Reason is I want to defend my committee member. And on the behalf of the jury, what I want to say, at some point, the words that come out and they really hurt, but we are very sorry as stakeholders. To my brother Richard River, one of the things I want to defend is the reason why I gave C money is why she spoke about indigenous. I don't know what we understand by the word indigenous. Indigenous doesn't mean that we don't produce a film in English, but we have indigenous there's one thing that we need to understand. There's an English word or accent you speak as a filmmaker if you're producing an English film for Uganda or Ugandan speaking English. Yes, when we go to Nigeria, Nigeria submitted a film that was in English to the Oscars. And the reason why they took it on is because the type of English that was spoken in the film was not considered as English. So when they tell you to produce a film in indigenous language, I know some of us receive it as a pain, which we are not talking about. But there's an accent in English that takes you off the English-speaking countries. That is one. The other thing I want to put clear is this. Many times when we don't get satisfied with the jury, it doesn't mean that you are bad. Because the jury has standards of this particular festival. My brother said if they nominated someone as the best actor here and he wins and he doesn't win on a national or international other festival or awards, that it disqualifies the jury's decision. No. Every festival has standards and they have qualities they look out for. It's so disappointing that at this time, Richard, you're coming up to say whatever you say because you received one nomination. But years ago, when you used to receive many nominations in one film that literally would not even make sense to other filmmakers, you would not even say that. There are many filmmakers here that will say, I am confident to say the same words came out of you and very can't do it. That's why all awards went for one film. So me, I think right now, as I say, the festival is still young, growing, and we expect much from this festival. When I speak to the team from UCC, they keep telling me we are learning, we are learning, we are learning. So the thing is that indigenous teaching kitokola Luzungu. Oluzungu, waliwo particular English. Then enough when I'm an exhibitor, I've been watching grand films. You speak one scene, you speak 3 accents. They're all English words, but one scene, you have 3 accents. And you expect the jury to give you a vote for that. One scene. There are 3 accents in English. Similarly, if that helps us as filmmakers, we need to begin to learn to say the right things at the right time.
Let's have a lady. You have had too many days. Let's have some ladies. Yes, some ladies. Two more ladies. There's another lady in front.
Yeah, it's good to wonder, ladies. It's good to wonder if the band has been up for long. Yeah, my hand has been up for long, so it's fair for me to speak for now. Thank you, UCC. Thank you to the jury. I'm very, very happy that you came to meet us and share with us your perspectives. That means a lot. It makes me happy whenever USF happens because that's the time I get to watch movies that I can never get to find. The nicest films in the country. And that's a good thing. At the beginning, when the chief jury was speaking, she stated that she developed a system that she believes is very perfect and delivers the job. And it should be a question. And I always want to question the system for now. Yeah. Despite the fact that there's always room for improvement for anything, wherever we meet us and to hear from us. I want to start with let's say that the themes that have been at the festival for some time. When you were addressing us, all of you talked about things that are too much or the negative something depressing and all. What I've observed since 2013, UFF has always nominated and one of the stories that are in the line of domestic violence, marriage problems, witchcraft, ghost-related stories, poverty, diseases, and suffering films. Films that you go in the cinema and you watch, you end up either crying or even with a depression at the end of the day. And if you tell us that we should reduce some of the negative energy of the films, you need to keep nominating us and awarding us to the same films. We shall keep doing that because there is somebody who is not here
But I've known that, let me say, I won't mention a film, but let me say movie X has been nominated. And let me say it wins many awards. And that filmmaker was inspiring me to go and watch the film. And they'll be like, oh, I've seen this movie was nominated a lot of times, but they have won many awards. Then you also go and make another movie. So we shall not have more sad movies. That's why every year these movies have been coming back. Depression, sadness, suffering, diseases, and so on, poverty, and all. Yes. So, if you want us to change that or improve on that, start encouraging more films that are not in that direction. If we see movies that are not in that direction that are either nominated, always we shall keep on improving to tell positive stories. We talked about the electricity and the Ugandans, or the Africanness, and the films that we tell. The Uganda that I live in right now is a bit urban. Yeah, the life I live. I will not eat from a certain ghetto-ish restaurant, and I go to cafeterias, KFC, and so on and so forth. I'll live an okay life, okay? But it's a bit a copycat life, I would say. But it's the life I live right now. And it's the Uganda I feel I know, right? But when I watch our indigenous films, I get to learn the other Uganda that I didn't really observe, okay? So it's quite hard to understand what is defined as a Ugandan story. Are we going to be in the ghetto, in the slums, in funny houses, or urbanized life? So what defines us as a Ugandan life? Yeah. Is that, do we